Hey folks, Damon at Black Warrior Lures. So how in the world do you cast these big long barbers that I have? These channel catfish floats that I make. I'm going to show you how. I showed you how to rig them. I'm going to show you how to cast them now. One thing when you rig them, make sure that I generally find that you don't want to use anything less than 6-pound test line because it'll tangle up bad on you. And if you're fishing for brim, that's fine. If you're fishing for catfish, maybe 8, 10, or 12 pound would be better, but you don't need anything more than that. You want to place your split shot lead about 2 inches or 3 inches above the hook. About like that's what you want. I wouldn't put it any more than that. And so, now the way you cast it depends on the reel that you have, and I can demonstrate both here, even with this one reel. You've seen me cast this this rod I have with a bait caster reel on it. Now I've got it rigged up with the spinning reel. The best way to cast this thing is just an underhanded pitch or an underhanded lob. What you want to do is just, hold the bobber in your hand, whether you're using the short body design or the long body design, or the short stem or the long stem, doesn't matter. Just make sure your hook and sinker are free. Hold it here about parallel to your hand here, and then just let it do a pendulum swing like that. You see, that's plenty of distance, just like that, just with a good old spinning reel. A lot of times with the spinning reel, just knock off the thing. If you want to, you can do the same thing and just you can hold it back like this if you want it as well. Make sure you're free and all here. See, just a nice long cast. Hoping you can see that. I'll do it one more time before we move on to a sidearm. So, you come back about somewhere between your hand and the butt of the reel, and what you want to do is just like a pitch, just like you would with bass fishing. Again, make sure your line is clear. You want to have you want the reel engaged, because it'll start going backward on you. It'll just frustrate you. But open the bail. Now, this can work if you're using like an old Zebco 33 Classic, spin casting reels. Same thing. Point the rod at your target. You don't want it bowed like that. It's not you're just going to point it at your target wherever you're going to fish, right? And then just release. Let me show you a quick trick. If you're wanting a soft presentation, because that'll splash, which is, I found, not very much of a problem, especially when I'm brim fishing, because the splash seems to attract them. But what you can do is temper, or feather the line with your fingers here. It's a quick trick, so you can, it's just like feathering the line on a bait caster with your thumb. You're just doing it with your forefinger, and it'll help soften the landing on it. And so you just, you saw how I did that? I just kind of kept my thumb there, and just before it hit, just kind of put it down. I'll show that again as well. These are all underhanded casts, underhanded pitches, and all that kind of thing. Very simple way to cast this thing. Again, make sure that's free and clear. Okay, we got a little bit of a... Alright. Huh, strange. I can edit that part out. So make sure you're free and clear there. Again, I'm going to show you the feathering. And so you just let it go, feather it, and then right before it hits, you can do it like that. You're just feathering it just like you would the bait caster. And that's how that's going to cover probably 80% of the casts. All right, now, this is a cast that I do. Sidearm cast is easy to do. I find it works better with your bait casting reels. You're not going to be able to do all that. I've never figured out how to pitch with a. You can do a bait caster the same way if you got everything set right. But If you want to you want more distance, or you're casting into the wind, and you just got to get some more power on it. A lot of times I like to do just a simple sidearm cast, and I prefer sidearm over the overhead, especially on the windy day, because it keeps it low over the water, and that's what I've learned from fly fishing. So what you're going to do is just kind of sidearm, and so you can do the same feathering there. You can get a lot more distance out of it. And so when those windy days, you can sidearm it like that. And again, you can do that same cast with a bait caster. In fact, it works. This cast works best with this bobber on a bait caster sidearm. My personal opinion. You see how low it stays up there, and that's how it is on the water. It will stay low, hovering over the surface, and it's not going to be as affected by the wind. Now you can also do it this way. Just come it. Same thing. I notice I'm not getting a whole bunch of distance there, just because I'm not wanting to get caught up in those bushes down there. And of course, there's the good old school overhead cast as well, which you just. I think we're caught in the tree there now. In fact, I'm pretty sure of it. No, it just went over there. Okay. But anyway, you see how that's done, right? So you can cast this thing pretty much any way you cast just about anything. And so, and that's how you do that. Now, I've fished, and I fished these with, I fished this thing with hooks as small as a number 16 dry fly hook with little small maggots, just catching real little bait-sized bluegill. And this thing can, this bobber can detect those small bites like that as well. A lot of people look at that big, long 18-inch bobber and they think, oh my goodness, and they don't know, but it's very sensitive, and it works. And so that's how you cast this particular bobber. And that's Damon at Black Warrior Lures. Check out blackwarriorlures.com, or follow the link and go on over to the eBay page and place a bid, and I'll talk to you guys later. Good times, tight lines. See ya.